4 vitamins you should absolutely avoid after 60, and 4 that can truly protect your brain, heart, and independence. For decades, seniors have been told, take a pill in the morning. 1 for your bones, 1 for your heart, 1 for energy. And you'll stay healthy. But here's the shocking truth. Some of those very pills could be silently making you weaker, foggier, and even raising your risk of stroke or heart disease. One large study in 2020 found that certain common supplements were linked to a 25% higher risk of heart problems in older adults. And these aren't rare exotic pills. They're the everyday vitamins sitting in millions of medicine cabinets right now. As we age, our liver and kidneys lose efficiency. Blood vessels become fragile. And what was safe at 40 can quietly turn toxic at 65. So in this video, I'll reveal 4 vitamins you must avoid after 60. And just as importantly, the 4 you should consider daily to stay strong, sharp, and independent. And here's the part you don't want to miss. One of these nutrients has been linked to a 36% lower risk of death from all causes in seniors. That's not hype. That's real data. Vitamin A, in its retinol form, has real biological value for vision, immunity, and skin. But there's a catch after 60. Retinol is fat-soluble and stored in the liver and fatty tissue. As we age, the liver's clearance slows, and what used to be a safe dose can gradually accumulate. That's why symptoms like dry, itchy skin, brittle hair, persistent dizziness, or blurred vision are sometimes misread as just aging, when they may actually be early toxicity signals. Here's where many seniors get blindsided. Multivitamins, separate eye health formulas, and even certain liver-based supplements can stack retinol without you noticing. If your multivitamin already delivers around 700 mcg for women or 900 mcg for men of preformed vitamin A per day, you may already be at your full daily intake from pills, leaving no margin for ordinary diet. Over time, that can push total intake into a range the body struggles to handle. Why does this matter? Some research has linked excess retinol to a higher risk of irregular heart rhythms in older adults, the kind that significantly raises stroke risk. Even if the absolute risk varies by person, the principle stands. More is not always better with fat-soluble vitamins. The reassuring part is you don't have to give up vitamin A. You can switch the form. Beta-carotene in foods like carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, and spinach acts as a self-regulating precursor. The body converts what it needs and leaves the rest unmapped. For most seniors, that's a smarter, safer, long-term strategy. Iron is essential for life. But context is everything. In younger adults, regular blood loss, including menstruation, creates a natural iron turnover. After menopause, and in older men, the drain largely stops. Without a true deficiency, added iron doesn't flush. It accumulates in organs like the liver, heart, and brain. That buildup promotes oxidative stress, essentially biochemical rust, that damages tissues from the inside. Observational research has linked higher iron loads with cognitive decline, worsened metabolic risk, and cardiovascular strain. Symptoms are vague and easy to miss: unrefreshing fatigue, joint stiffness, brain fog, palpitations, even sleep disruption. Many people assume it's just aging, while the real issue is an unnecessary iron pill. There's another trap: stacking. A multivitamin with iron, plus iron-fortified breakfast cereals, plus red meat several times a week can quietly push total intake higher than your body can use. The smart path is simple. Test, don't guess. Ask your clinician for CBC, ferritin, and transferrin saturation before taking iron. If you're not truly deficient or anemic, choose iron-free senior multivitamins and rely on diet: beans, lentils, leafy greens, and modest amounts of lean meat to cover your baseline needs without tipping into overload. Calcium matters for bones, but calcium alone is a common and risky simplification. Bone is living tissue that needs a team: calcium for the mineral matrix, vitamin D3 to improve absorption, vitamin K2 to direct calcium into the skeleton instead of arteries, and magnesium to balance the hardness versus flexibility equation in bone. When seniors take plain calcium without its partners, especially in higher doses, a portion can end up in the wrong places: arterial walls, kidney stones, or stiff joints. Some analyses in older adults have reported a meaningful uptick in heart disease risk with calcium supplements, particularly when taken without D3 divided by K, 2 divided by mg. What does a safer plan look like? First, food first. Sardines with bones, plain yogurt or kefir, leafy greens, almonds, and chia all deliver calcium with helpful cofactors. Second, if your clinician recommends a supplement, lower, split doses paired with D3 plus K, 2 plus magnesium make physiological sense. And third, remember that muscle pull on bone from weight-bearing exercise is what tells your skeleton to hold on to that calcium. No stimulus, no signal. Translate this into daily life. A 20-minute walk with light hills or stairs, brief resistance work 2-3 times a week, calcium-rich foods at meals, and only if needed. A combo supplement designed to keep calcium where it belongs, in your bones. Vitamin B6 supports neurotransmitters and nerve function, but chronic high doses can flip the script. Unlike most water-soluble vitamins, B6 can accumulate in nerve tissue with long-term excess, leading to sensory neuropathy, tingling or burning in hands and feet, numbness, clumsiness, balance problems, and a hazy fatigue that feels like the world is wrapped in cotton. Here's the stealth problem. Some nerve support and energy blends list 5,100 milligrams per serving, and that's before counting your multivitamin or fortified foods. While the official tolerable upper limit is 100 milligrams divided by day, case reports and observational data have associated 50 mg divided by day over months with toxicity in older adults. By contrast, the actual need after 60 is only 1.5–1.7 mg divided by day. If you recognize those pins and needles sensations or unsteady steps, check your labels. Consider switching to a low B6 multi and emphasizing food sources: chickpeas, turkey, potatoes, bananas. If your symptoms are significant, talk with your clinician about serum B6 testing and a structured taper. Nerves do heal, but they heal slowly. Catching the issue early matters. Think of magnesium as a system stabilizer. It participates in more than 300 enzymatic reactions, touching heart rhythm, muscle contraction, and relaxation, nerve signaling, blood sugar control, blood pressure, and even how deeply you sleep. Yet intake quietly declines with age and common medications. PPIs for reflux, certain diuretics, some diabetes, and cardiac drugs can deplete it further. What does low magnesium look like? Nighttime calf cramps, twitchy eyelids, restless sleep, morning fatigue, anxious irritability, or stubborn constipation. In the cardiovascular system, magnesium helps maintain a calmer, more regular rhythm. In the brain, it supports neurotransmitter balance. In muscle, it prevents that stuck brake sensation that makes everything feel stiff. Supplement choice matters. Magnesium oxide is cheap but poorly absorbed and often laxative. Glycinate is gentle and calming. Citrate supports regularity and absorption. Malate can suit those needing daytime energy. Most seniors do well with 200–400 milligrams elemental magnesium daily, adjusting for kidney function and how your body responds. Food still counts. A green and seeds rule of thumb works. Spinach, Swiss chard, pumpkin seeds, almonds, black beans, avocado, and a little dark chocolate as a pleasant bonus. Give it 2–4 weeks and reassess. Better sleep, fewer cramps, smoother mood, more regularity, small hinge, big door. By the late 60s, your skin may make over 50% less vitamin D from the same sunlight. Combine that with more time indoors and cautious sun habits, and deficiency is common. Vitamin D3 isn't just for bones. It modulates immunity, supports muscle strength and balance, influences mood, and helps direct calcium to the right place when paired with K2. What you feel with low D can be surprisingly nonspecific. A run of colds, slow recovery from mild infections, achy muscles, a slightly lower mood, wobblier balance, and more falls. For many seniors, 1,000–2,000 IU of D3 daily maintains a healthy range, but the best practice is to personalize by blood work. Work with your clinician to target 2/30–50 Ng divided by ml of 2,5-OHD. 2 practical tips improve results. Take D3 with a meal that contains fat, olive oil, avocado, eggs, salmon to boost absorption, and if you also take calcium, consider adding K2 and magnesium, so calcium gets built into bone, not vessel walls. If your levels are very low, your clinician may use a short repletion phase, then step back to a maintenance dose. Vitamin B12 powers myelin maintenance for nerves, red blood cell formation, and the cellular reactions that keep your brain clear and your legs steady. After 60, absorption often declines because the stomach makes less acid needed to free B12 from food, and medications like PPIs and metformin interfere further. It's no surprise that up to 1 in 4 older adults show low or borderline B12. Low B12 is a master of disguise. It can look like fatigue, depression, chilly hands and feet, numbness or tingling, clumsier walking, or what families describe as slower thinking. The good news is that B12 is very safe to replace and often produces clear functional gains. A practical approach: supplement 500–1,000 mcg divided by day orally. Many prefer sublingual tablets that dissolve under the tongue. And recheck labs. For those with significant deficiency or absorption issues, clinicians may use intermittent injections. Track response with methylmalonic acid, MMA, or homocysteine alongside B12. Food still helps if digestion is robust: salmon, sardines, eggs, yogurt. But for many seniors, supplementation is the reliable way to keep nerves firing and energy steadier. Few nutrients touch so many pillars of healthy aging at once. Omega-3s help lower triglycerides, quiet chronic inflammation, support vascular flexibility, and nourish brain and joint function. In large cohorts of older adults, those with higher long-chain omega-3 blood levels have been linked with about a 36% lower risk of death from all causes. Fewer cardiac events, steadier cognition, and a slower slide into frailty. Food first is the most elegant route: 2–3 servings weekly of salmon, sardines, trout, or anchovies. If that's not practical, consider a purified fish oil that provides 1,000–2,000 milligrams combined EPA plus DHA daily. Vegans can use algae-based DHA. Take omega-3 seconds with meals to improve absorption and reduce aftertaste. The deeper reason this matters is balance. Modern diets tilt heavily toward omega-6 fats from refined oils. Bringing EPA divided by DHA back into the mix helps reset the inflammation thermostat. Over months, people often report easier joints, calmer mood, crisper mental energy, and better exercise tolerance. That's not a stimulant. It's physiology, working as intended. Bottom line: excess retinol A, unnecessary iron, calcium alone, and high-dose B6 can quietly work against the aging body. But magnesium, vitamin D3, vitamin B12, and omega-3s, used wisely, support the systems that keep you strong, steady, and sharp. Check your labels tonight. Talk with your doctor about simple blood tests and a plan that fits you. Replace the harmful with the helpful. And give your future self a head start. Because your future health isn't written yet. You're writing it right now with every choice you make. Tell us in the comments, which vitamin surprised you most today? Was it one you're currently taking? If you found this valuable, hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss the science-backed health truths that keep you stronger, longer. Remember, your best years don't have to be behind you. With the right nutrition, they can still be ahead.